Well, imagine being steps away from claiming victory to a 100-mile race, but then collapsing. This is what happened to Brian Morrison, a runner-author from Seattle, 20 years ago at the Western States Endurance Run in California's Sierra Nevada heat. He's here with us this morning to share this journey. Brian, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thanks. I'm really excited to be here for it. I appreciate it.
Why was it important for you to ride this book, given to fly, to share this experience that day and the years to follow?
Well, I think there's definitely something self-serving about writing a book. Maybe it feels to me a little bit self-important sometimes, but I think the story felt to me like it was worth telling, but more importantly, it gives me an opportunity to really highlight those that have made a huge difference in my life. My wife, my mom, who instilled great work ethic in me, my Uncle Bill, who's the one who got me down the endurance path, climbing Mount Rainier, which led to running, Seattle Running Company, which is where everything kind of came together for me. And then I get to talk about my love of my favorite band, Pearl Jam. So it all kind of works out.
All good things.
Yeah.
Well, could you take us back to that day and what still stands out to you and maybe what you've learned about yourself since then?
Yeah, well, that day was wild. So it was 2006. It was, I think, the second or third hottest day on record at Western States, well over 100 degrees in the canyons. And I had the great pleasure of being paced by Scott Jurek, who had won the race 7 years in a row, told me that I could win. And I, maybe in best case scenario in my mind, was like top 10. And then he told me that, and I thought, well, if the guy who's won it 7 times thinks I can win, then I'll go win. And I was in 4th place at mile 62 when I picked up Scott. And then between there and mile 80 at the Green Gate, we caught the 3 runners in front and led all the way to the finish, and that's where things kind of unraveled. Like, the last thing I really remember is coming into the stadium and looking across and seeing the finish line and thinking that might as well be another 100 miles away because I'm not gonna get there.
Right.
Just the lights were turned off by the sight
Everything
of the—
was shutting down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Physically, I'd been done for a while, and mentally I was able to hang on to that, and seeing that finish line was just enough to turn off the lights.
As a not current distance runner myself, but I feel that pain in my heart for you right now, because when you do so much work for something, the farthest I've raced is a 26.2. You're at 100 miles. Like, you've put in so much to get to that point. Once everything, once you're in recovery mode, was it hard to reflect on that then?
Yeah, it was really hard. It took a long time, actually, and I didn't go back and finish Western States until a full 10 years later in 2016. And interestingly, the founder of the race, or the first person to ever run it, Gordy Ainsley, in 1974, he came to a camp that I was at in May of 2006, so just before the race. And he said, don't let this race beat you or it'll haunt you forever. Mm-hmm. And truly, no truer words have ever been spoken, I don't think, because it really did haunt me.
I think competitors, for pretty much any sport, you do have a game or a race or a match that, like, I can think of a bunch right now where I'm like, oh, I wish I did that. I wish I'd made my move or done that. But there's so much more to life than that.
Yeah.
Your family, your kids, talking about those things with you before this interview. Thank you for sharing this with us, Brian. We'd love for all of you to learn more about the book, Given to Fly. You can text the word FLY to 206-448-4545. Again, thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.